Hi, welcome to Wise Guys. This session is about algebra word problem, about financial problem. Let me show you two questions. The first question is, a student sold used books, boots, and a laptop for $340. The laptop is 3 times as expensive as the box, and the boots are a quarter as expensive as the box. What is the price of each? So read the question. We feel like we have big picture, right? So a student sold 3 items. One is used box, the other used the boots, and used the laptops for $340. So that means the total is $340. So we can put this picture in your mind. Actually, in algebra, you can see in algebra, this is for example, the price. They're looking for the price of each. Let's say the used book is, let's say, X1, and boots is X2, the price, and the laptop is X3. These 3 items sold total got $340. So now, to solve the price of each, you have X1, X2, X3, all unknown. So we need to find the relation with them. Use one unknown to make equivalent. And because this question gives us information is laptop is 3 times as expensive as the box. You compare with laptop and the box. Laptop is 3 times as expensive as box. And also they compare with the boots, and the box and the boots are quarters as expensive as box. So if we say the box is X, so the price of the box is, we use X1 represent, and the boots a quarter of box. So quarter of, that means a quarter of X1, right? Quarter. For example, the box is total $100. A quarter of 100, which is $25. So how you get $25? You multiply 1/4 with $100. That's how you got the $25. But now we don't know exactly the price. That's why we use X1. Okay? That's why you have 1/4 X1. And the laptop is 3 times as expensive as box. So 3 times X1. So these 3, now we use all related to X1. That's why we can write, you have X1, which is a book, plus quarter of X1 plus 3X1 equals to, total is $340. After that, we can solve it, right? To solve it, to get combine all together. So first of all, let's see, X1 plus 3X1 is 4X1. So you have 4X1 and then plus 1/4 X1 equals $340. Then 4X plus quarter X, which is 4, and 1/4 X1 equals $340. and this is we can convert into improper fraction, which is 4 multiplied 4 equals 16 plus 1 is 17. X1 equal 340. Then simplify by multiply by 4 for both sides to cancel this 4. And later on, you can divide the 17, so we write the 17 x1 equals $340. We still keep this 4, and then you divide the 17 for both sides to solve x1. Because 3, you look at 34 and 17, it's just double. 34 is double of 17. That's why 340 divided by 17, we got 20. So 20 multiplied 4 equals $80. The x1 is book, right? This is book. Use the book is $80. And what is x2? X2 equals a quarter of x1, which is the books. So equals quarter multiply $80, which will give you x2 equals $20. And x3 is laptop, which is 3 times x1 equals 3 times $80. You got x3 equals $240. So the answer is box. Use the box is $80, and this is a boot, and this is a laptop. This is the first question. Second question. A family spends a quarter of their annual income on their house, 10% for clothes, half for other expenses, and they save $12,000. What is the net annual income? All this is talking about net income, right? So let's say this question we can, what is net annual income? If we say the net annual income is X, as this one, the net annual income is X. Then we'll put this X into the question. Let's say a family spend a quarter of their annual income, which is net income, a quarter of X on their house, 10% of their annual income, 10% of X for clothes, and half of X for other expenses, and saves $12,000. That's why you have all this is add together. You have house, spend on house, and for clothes, for other expenses, and $12,000 total together is the net annual income. That's just add all together, set up equations. So you can, what is net income? The net income X equals, first of all, a quarter of X, a quarter of X on house, 10% of X for clothes, and half of annual income, half of X on other expenses, and the saving. And this is also is the money, $12,000 total together equals annual income. That's why we can solve it. And to solve it, you can see quarter x, 10%, half. We need to change this one. This because quarter, which is you can use working with fraction or working with decimal. This question, I think, is easy using working with decimal because quarter is 0.25. So x equals 0.25x plus this one 10%, which is 0.1x plus half is 0.5x plus $12,000. Because you have all the x, you combine all the x on the right side, and the x equals 0.25 per 0.1 is 0.35, and per 0.5 you got 0.85 x plus $12,000. Then you can move 0.85x to the left side, combine with x. So we change the sign from positive to negative because move to the other side, you need to change the sign. Negative 0.85x equals $12,000. So x minus 0.85x, x means 1x, right? So that's why 1 minus 0.85, you got 0.15x equals $12,000. Then divided 0.15 for both sides, you got the answer. X equal what x equal? You can use calculate to find the answer or use long division. Let's try use long division. You have 12,000 divided 0.15 because the divisor is decimal, so we need to make this whole number. So to make 0.15 as whole number, we can multiply by 100. So multiply by 100 to the top, multiply 100 to both of them. You multiply 100 to the bottom, you multiply 100 to the top, right? So that you add 2 zeros, and this becomes to 15. So that means 12, after 12 you have 5 zeros and you have divided 15. Because 12, 2 digits go to 2 digits. And 12 is smaller than 15, so we move to 3 digits. 120 divided 50. In 120, how many 50? Because 12 is smaller than 15, is not much smaller. So that's why you can try above 5. For example, we try 7, which is still can be bigger, and 9 is too big, so we try 8. So 5 times 8 is 40. Mark 4. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 4 is 12. So just divisible. So now this is 0. So the other 0 goes up. You have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So which is x equals $80,000. So the net income, the net annual income is, this is the net annual income is $80,000. And also in this question, I want to show you the other method. This is the algebra method. We're looking for net annual income. You just said that this is x. Then put x into the question to read it and write down the algebra expression to solve x. But this question also we can use in arithmetic question. We can use math without using x. Let me try to show you. First of all, you can say what is net income? Net income just like one pizza, right? It's one, it's a whole. Then part of them, quarter of them is spent on house. So we can, for eating, we can draw this way. I can draw a rectangle, see, because a quarter means 25%, and also have 10% for clothes. Half means 50%, right? Half means 50%. So that's why we write the 10%. We draw 10 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We draw 10 bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 bars represent, this is a rectangle, represent all the net income. It's 10% for clothes, 10%, this is 10%. This one 10%. This one 10%. This is for clothes. And 25%, a quarter of annual, 25%, quarter means 25%. So this one, 10%, another 10% and 20, and then this is half. So this much is 25%. I use the other color. This is 25%. This is 25%, which is quarter for house, right? This is for house. And half of the annual for other expenses. So half, you can see half means 50%. We have total 10 bars and 5 bars, okay? Then you have 5 bars. You can choose from this side, say 5. You can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See all this one, 5 bars, which is half of this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another 5. So this is 50%, right? This one is 50%, which is half for other expenses. So then you can see after you shade 10% for clothes, 25% for house, 50% for other expenses. What is left here? This part left, we use the green color. So this one is how many percent? We don't know, but and saves $12,000. This one represents $12,000. This one represents $12,000. So if you know all this is 1% or 100%, sorry, 100%, you can see 100% using 100%, take away 10%, take away 25%, and take away 50%. How many percent left over? You can see from this picture, you can see this 10%, this is half. The 15% equal 15%. That means 15% of annual income is $12,000. Right? As we know, when you're solving percentage problem, you can put into this picture the triangle, percentage triangle. If say this is percent, this is a whole, which is the annual income, this is a part. Now 50%, and this is 15%. 15% is part of whole is 12,000. This one is 12,000. We're looking for this one. What is annual income? So that's why you see, when you looking for whole, use finger cover whole. Then you have part 12,000 on the top, 15% on the bottom. The top with bottom is division relation. This is divided. If you're looking for part, and these two is multiplication. So now we're looking for whole. We have 12,000 as part on the top, 15% on the bottom. Now what is the whole? So the annual income, which is a whole, we're looking for equals to 12,000 divided 15%, which equals to $12,000 divided 0.15, right? Same. You can do long division or use calculator. You got is $80,000. This one is net annual income. All right. So this is presented by Wise Guy. Thank you for watching.